Hi guys, we're back with another episode of Break Free, the podcast where we talk about business owners promoting their business, also talking about the business world, lifestyle, and motivate and inspire people. Please like and subscribe on YouTube at Break Free-SA. Today we have a wonderful guest here, Ruth, with Atbiz Solutions, where they help small business overcome the challenges. So let's get into it, Ruth. Tell me more about yourself.
I am normally the one who does it. Well, I am from Atlantis. To be honest, I didn't prepare any of this, but I'm from Atlantis. Wasn't born here, but raised, went to school here. I now recently, which I think your viewers would be more interested in, about say 5 years ago, I just during COVID, I had a one-year-old and some months, and didn't have a job, just lost my job, and I needed an income. You know what I mean? And so Atbiz was previously 123.3, sorry. So 123.3 was just like a means of income, so that I could, provide for my child, and I still am a single mom. And then, so then in 2021 I registered the business, and then last year I had a bit of a rebrand. So we went from 123.3, which was a very long name, to Atbiz Solutions, because also we expanded our services. It wasn't just about, just bookkeeping. It now became, it was the registrations and the, preparing businesses for the actual opportunity that is out there for them. So it was now training and development and database registration. So it wasn't just bookkeeping anymore. So I had to go with a name that kind of went with where we headed. Yeah.
But before we get right into that.
But the reason why I talk about you, I mean, understand? It is because I think 90% of me is my business.
Yes. But before we get into that, we're just gonna go back into the past a bit.
Okay.
Like you did say you did go to school, right?
Yeah.
How was your schooling years?
I was a bit of am I allowed to say nerd?
You can say
okay.
Nerdish.
I was nerdish. I was very quiet. Okay, sister life.
But isn't the quiet types of things?
I'm a little now. You know what? We're on a live, but when we go off live,
I'm gonna see a different side.
Yeah, but I'm very focused, but I play just as hard as I work. Yeah. So it's all about balance.
Did you do sports in school?
I didn't. I wasn't allowed to.
Oh, because of the church.
Yeah.
Did you sing in church?
I did. Yes.
What? Soprano.
I was more the lead. I had this loud voice.
Okay. Yeah.
So I was more the lead type of singer.
Okay.
But yes.
Did you, after school, right? Did you study?
I did.
What did you study?
I failed a lot of my studies. So after school, I did a course in optometry, which I only did something like 6 months.
Did you finish?
It was a bachelor's of science. To be honest with you, I would sit in class and not know what they were talking about.
Okay, I had a bit of experience like that as well.
But that was more my mother's dream, the whole optometry thing. I couldn't see myself. And to be honest with you, I did accounting in school, but it took me so long to steer towards accounting. Then I went to varsity college, also only for a few months. That was also a BCom in accounting. There I had some financial issues, so yeah, that was And then finally I went to Poland College in Stellenbosch, really back to Stellenbosch, of which it was, you know how people look down on colleges?
Yeah.
It's like, it's not real education.
Not in my standard,
I promise you that's where I found my love for accounting. It was actually at Poland College. Yes. Now I recently finished my diploma in financial accounting.
Okay.
I did finish my diploma in financial management as well. So that's,
you say you did go to the college. How was the vibe on campus? Were you still get quiet when you were in school?
I didn't like it. I felt like there was a lot of, and I hope nobody's gonna come for me, but I feel like there was a lot of, not cliques. I was cliques, but in terms of races, like.
Oh, okay.
The blacks were together, the colours were together, the whites were together. There wasn't
a mixed vibe, like the Rainbow Nation was just separate.
There wasn't much of that. So I had a great experience in terms of like outside of class.
Okay.
You know, it's so Stellenbosch.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, student night went down. So that was that. I enjoyed that part, but I also enjoyed the learning part because at Poland College they simplified.
Yes.
It's very your studies are very practical. So you sit in class and you get the theory, but it's so practical that you can actually take that knowledge and go and apply it outside. Yeah, that's.
It's not like how can I say, like some universities.
Yeah.
They are more theory based. So
Yes.
in some stuff you need to do practical. And practical is actually good because there's a study that shows that you can use 80% of what you actually learn and just use the 20. So you just apply certain stuff, but you need to do the course to understand it, what is happening. So for me, I also went to a college. My first one was also financial purposes, so I didn't finish. But I did finish now at a later stage.
It's never too late.
It's never too late, but I'm actually in safety. That is what I'm into.
Sites in Atlanta, so we small construction businesses. Then they work on these sites, but they need a safety file.
Oh,
so that's
I
always
understand,
where they get stuck because the main contractor, they don't care what your issues are. They want you to have
to be compliant.
Yes, everything must be in place. If you know, before they let you on site.
So after you're done with college, I was a 9 to 5 job. Did you do a 9 to 5 job?
Yes, actually there was a time when I didn't just do 9 to 5. The singing.
Yes.
It came from like my very younger age, and I'm still kind of attached to it. I still am, but the time isn't there. I'm a single mother, and there's never really time for it. But there was a time when I did that, and then I would do movie extra work. I worked at a restaurant because I was a student. So, and then after the student life, I still continued with that job because obviously entry-level jobs, they don't pay you well, so you gotta. And then there was the band as well. So there wasn't really a 9 to 5. That is why I'm still kind of all over the place with work. It's difficult to stick to that 9 to 5.
Yeah, you didn't have the structure of a 9 to 5 where you can they call it the red cycle.
Yeah,
it's where basically you get home, you need to know, I need to go tomorrow to work, come back 5 o'clock. You spend that most of your time at work. So you didn't have basically that experience, was like more like an in and out.
Yeah, it was always a hassle.
Yeah. In that period where you did go through that phases of different jobs, this is a common thing that I want to know, like, how did you feel working under a boss?
You can learn so much from a boss. Okay. A boss is a person. It's a human, it's an individual with flaws and they also make mistakes. But you can learn so much from them. You can learn from their mistakes and you can learn from their skills and experiences. So
That is my, there's no bad experiences.
I had lots of friends.
You can reveal some of it. We like stuff like that.
Well, there was this one HR specialist, HR and payroll specialist. I don't know if she went through
Menopause.
a certain stage in her life, but she was very moody, and it was just really difficult to work with her.
If you say moody, that's quite a variety of stuff to think about, and probably the viewers while they're listening to it, they will have their own opinion on.
Yeah, I mean, we've all worked for people who have not been in places to work for,
Yes.
I guess. But that was one experience, and what I took from her was she didn't apply like planning.
No.
She didn't plan her days. She didn't have standard operating procedures. Like she put you in an office and you must just start working. You must know what you're doing. But each company has their own system.
But they put a lot of stress on a person, especially when they just say, go there, and they don't give you guidelines or training, you just go there and you might not figure it out yourself.
You feel lost, and there's no real structure, you know what I mean? So that is something that I brought to my
That's why you say you can learn a lot out of your jobs. As you start a business, you learn basically a lot, and that you can incorporate in your business.
Yes, but then also I got a lot of exposure to the international clients, the one and onlys and Cape Graces and Protea Hotels, because she did the payroll for those people, and it was amazing. You know what I mean? The actual work was amazing, but working for her
was terrible. Yeah, but everybody, that's basically for me, that's basically how you grow and grow your character as well in the business world. And at some point you don't want to, especially when you have your own business, you don't want to have that people feel that way, because if people have more a positive vibe, a jolly vibe at work, so they will have that mindset when they wake up, I must go to work and it's liquor there. You just keep that positive, then you get a lot out of your workers or your employees. Then I just think now, what was your break-free moment in that experience when you decided, now I'm going to start my own company?
Well, that was during COVID.
Okay.
When I didn't have a job and I had a child. So I was kind of forced to. It wasn't like always I want to be an entrepreneur one day. It had nothing to do with it. It was a means of survival.
Let's put it like this. I don't know. I don't want to touch on your relationship. That is something different. It's a different story. It's basically your back was against the wall, and you had a child, and obviously it's another human being. You need to support. You need to show. Because the child is growing up in the first stage, it's just going to need stuff. He or she is going to need stuff, and that motivated you, and you put that into motivation to start something. Yeah, it was a bit tough. It was a bit tough challenges that you went through. It still is, but it's part of business. But that is basically, to sum it up, what they went through, man. And it is difficult because there's people with difficult experiences as we deal to different interviews. We realize that everybody has their own journey, what they're going through, and that's how. What was the first name before it changed to Atbiz Solutions?
123 daughter entry SA.
Yo, it's wrong, man. Like a phone number.
Yes.
You wanted to do a phone number? Why did you come up with that thing?
I wanted to go with 123 bookkeeping, but then it was taken. And then one day I was so busy hanging the washing, and I was like, yo, I need to register this business, but I don't have enough. And then I just clicked data entry, and then I added the SA because I was like, this business is gonna be so big. It's gonna be 1 to 3 data entry SA, and then 1 to 3 data entry Australia. You know what I mean? But this business idea works for South Africa. It's what South African small businesses need.
Okay. But that is good. Everybody who's starting with a business, they have big dreams and thinking, must think like that to go forward. And until you get into the business, then you start realizing there's much more stuff.